The United Arab Emirates has signed an agreement with the Indian government, under which UAE will build infrastructure including industrial parks, IT towers, multi-purpose towers, logistics centers, medical college and a specialty hospital in Jammu and Kashmir, and it is also the first major investment agreement by a foreign government in the region. South Korea had recently showcased a computer-generated rendering of proposed multi-role military transport for the South Korean military as well as for export, that will be in the same class as the C-17 transport aircraft. The Korean aerospace industry is seeking an investment of $2.7 billion, and plans to have the first aircraft ready in 7 years. Interestingly, Korea plans to outsource some of the components, and seeks technology for the development of landing gears and avionics, while engines will be sourced from international manufacturers. The Indian Air Force is already shot by 2 C-17 aircraft, and cannot procure more units as the production line has closed down. Experts have said that Indian Air Force should engage the Korean aerospace industry, and should explore joint development if it meets the Indian requirement. Sooner or later, the Air Force will have to look out for options to replace the IL-76 and IL-78 wax and mid-air refuelers, as any last-minute emergency procurement deal would be far more costlier. The Indian Army has deployed a wide range of cameras, sensors, radars, motion detectors, satellite imagery and drones, and all these systems are backed by an indigenous artificial intelligence software that helps to keep track of various points along the LAC, and also track the real-time movement of vehicles of the Chinese army deep inside the enemy territory on a 24/7 basis, and it also helps to understand the pattern followed by the Chinese troops at some of their bunkers and posts. The army has also installed an artificial intelligence-enabled software called Face Recognizer, that is able to identify every Chinese soldier, as the army has a large database of pictures and videos captured over a period of 6 years. The Indian Air Force is all set to start upgrading its Mi-17 V5 helicopters. That includes an internal facelift of the modified cabin, replacement of accessories, electrical items and flooring, and inspecting the avionics and other systems. The project to upgrade 5 helicopters will start in December, and will be executed by the 3rd Base Repair Depot of the Air Force, and only 1 helicopter will be handled at a time, and the entire work will take about 6 or 7 months to be completed. Indian and US Army contingents have started carrying out numerous training activities during the ongoing joint exercise in Alaska, in which a team of instructors from the Indian Army's High Altitude Warfare School taught the US troops how to survive avalanches and extremely cold weather conditions. The samples of respective ready-to-eat meals were also exchanged between the two armies, and a joint training in a counter-terror environment will also be held in the 14-day exercise. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh addressed the top naval commanders during the Commanders' Conference in New Delhi, and a detailed review was conducted on the performance of weapons and sensors, as well as the readiness of naval platforms and ongoing naval projects. The Integrated Unmanned Roadmap for the Indian Navy was also launched in the session, that will provide tremendous opportunities for the Indian defence industry. The ambassador of the Czech Republic met with the Indian Secretary of Defence Production in New Delhi, and both sides discussed government-to-government cooperation in the defence sector. India has invited Czech defence companies to take advantage of the opening of defence manufacturing sector in India, and create joint ventures to manufacture defence equipments for India and for rest of the world.